Hey, I am here with good friends of the show, Thomas Hall, Daniel Bradford from R13, King, and really, what are we waiting for? R13 number 4 to come out yet? Or
number 4.
Number 4?
In process right now. Yes.
All right. And of course, Indie Comic Fail on our website as well. Probably the most consistent thing on the website because God, I'm lazy. But so first of all, I'll go Thomas first. How's the con going? Anything cool happening so far here?
It's going really well. People are very into what we're doing. They like what we're doing. We had a bunch of people that came in by and said, "Oh, got to bring my books back so you can sign them," and stuff like that. So a couple of them didn't know certain issues were out, which is good. But the feedback's been fantastic. Nobody's been like, "God, you guys are like no good." You know what I mean? Like, I don't like this. They've been very pleasant. Even the people that aren't buying anything, they've been very positive.
Have you guys gotten a lot of new people coming in, Daniel? Like people that never heard of the book before?
Yeah.
And how do you describe it to them, for them and for us? Oh, it's all about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about me. He doesn't describe anything.
So what do you say?
Well, Robot 13 is basically, I guess the high concept is, it's like the Bourne Identity meets Clash of the Titans. It's about a guy who doesn't know how, but he can like basically kick monster ass all the time.
Yeah.
And he comes up out of the ocean and fights them all and tries to figure out who the heck he is throughout the rest of the story. King he's a wrestler. You know, he basically has been hired to, you know, kill zombies from his favorite burger joint or you know, save Mexican towns from vampires and things like that. So generally speaking, once I tell people that, if they don't like it, they're not going to like it. I mean, it's not like, oh, what more is there? No, it's just big holes in people and giant creatures coming out. So,
Daniel, is there anything that he writes that you say no, I can't do that, or good God, why did you write that? and why are you making me draw this?
When it comes down to something like that, I just send him an email and say, "I'm not drawing this."
Has there been something you said?
Yeah, there have been times. I can't really think of anything offhand, but there were times where I'm just like, I sent him an email and said, "All right, dude, I've tried like 5 times, can't get this right. Come up with something else." And he'll be like, "All right."
We actually changed the ending of the first issue of Robot 13 because I had this grandiose, complicated, cinematic thing, and he's like, "How the hell can I draw that?" He goes, "As a movie, it would be fantastic. But me drawing it on a one page," he goes, "What the hell are you trying to do to me?" So we have the eyeball thing at the end of the first issue where that wasn't in the original script. But
oh, really?
No, it wasn't. And it came out better. It actually came out better. And issue 4, that little aspect of it is going to come back also. So actually, issue 4, the script is written. Daniel's going to start working on it pretty much when we get back. And it's got a lot of stuff from issue 2, issue 1 that it brings back, some of issue 3. So it kind of feeds back what's been going on for anybody.
Well, I'm excited for it to complete the cycle, but I don't even know how many issues it's planning on being. How long are we going here with it?
Right now, we've got we're aiming at 9 issues.
9 issues, okay.
But it could very well go beyond that. But right now, we're planning on 9.
Nice. And then King is just a series of one-shots, right, Thomas, or is it?
It's kind of, each issue kind of sort of comes after the next, but yeah, you can pretty much read them on their own. There's nothing any of them that says, you know, I won't enjoy it if I haven't read King 1 or King 2 or whatever. So yeah, it's the continuing story aspects are not really a big deal. There's an overarching idea that we're going to be going with, but it's not anything that, you know, we like the self-contained because he's basically, everything's dead at the end of every issue, so, you know.
Oh, sure. What, do you guys have any other plans for any other books right now that you can talk about, or no? Are these the ones because you're already, you know, focusing on these at this point?
Well, Daniel's working on some things. You want to talk about any stuff with him?
Well, yeah, I am actually working on a graphic novel.
Oh, yeah.
It's something of a Southwest steampunk type book, but it's so early on in its stages right now. I have no idea where it's going to go with the publisher. I'm actually launching a webcomic on April 1st.
Oh, cool.
With Owen McKinder, who is the keyboardist for the band The Birthday Massacre. And he and I are going to be putting together a webcomic launching April 1st, and he is probably one of the funniest guys I've ever known. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
What's it about?
It's about a little boy who his imaginary friend is a zombie, and his zombie imaginary friend has an imaginary friend of his own. The series is called Disappointing Monsters, I'm sorry.
I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And as far as Blacklist books go, we have a lot of ideas that we really, really want to work on. Unfortunately, Robot 13 and King has been a lot more time consuming than we thought it would be.
Sure.
And with having, day jobs and families and stuff like that, it's right now all of our other projects are just kind of sitting on the shelf.
Because Blacklist is just you guys, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. And like Daniel said, he's doing a couple of things on his own. Aside from all this, I'm working on a couple of writing projects, but we're not really bringing anybody else into Blacklist other than him and me at this point, just because it's about what we're doing. It's about us and these, because Robot 13 actually was a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be. Which is not bad, but we just never anticipated so many people really liking it.
Well, but it was selling out at all the shops, at least around here.
Oh yeah, and I mean, we don't have a lot of issue 2 and 3 anymore. Issue 1 sold out. We're actually going to have to reprint issue 1. So it's been doing really, really well. We also have a trade in Italy. We're going to be having trades in a lot of countries because internationally there's a big interest in Robot 13.
Okay, so who's doing the translations, and have you verified that they're not they're not screwing with you?
No, we haven't verified they're not screwing with us. No. They basically, when you license a book like that, you trust them to do a good job, and they're putting their money on the line and stuff. So if it really says something stupid, I think it's going to be.
Sure.
But yeah.
So when can we expect R13 number 4, and also the next King? You said Daniel's going to start working on it soon, but how?
King's going to have to come later because we do need to get Robot 13 going because it's been almost a year now since we've had a Robot 13 issue. So as far as when, it's basically how long it takes Daniel to do it. It's a lot of work. I mean, he does the penciling, the inking, the coloring, the lettering, everything that goes into that book visually is all Daniel. So we don't have a big crew of little people sitting there and a sweatshop making Blacklist books. Wish we did, because then it would be so much easier. We could just Daniel could pencil and go home. But it's
anybody wants to let us borrow their children so we can
sweatshops
get more
are
books
fine
out quicker.
In the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if they're okay back east where you guys are.
Probably not, but that's all right.
Nobody has to know.
No.
Shh, don't tell your parents that that you're slaves, not for anything bad.
Babysitting company.
So, well, I hope you guys have a good con, and do you guys have a website that you can pass on to anyone from Blacklist?
Yeah, it's blackliststudios.com. Basically, you go there. Anything that we have is there. We also both have Twitter accounts, and we tweet all the time.
I do follow you guys quite a bit.
Mine is Robot13. You spell it all out. Daniel is DA_Blacklist, right?
Scratch that, reverse it.
Oh, Blacklist_DA. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah.
There you go.
The Twitter battles that go back and forth with these guys and other folks, Drew Poza we've had on here, are quite good. So some people are still hesitant about the Twitter. At this point, it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's nice because you can interact with people directly. They can ask you questions. You can make fun of them, especially Drew.
Yeah.
Especially Drew.
Well, he deserves it.
He does deserve it.
Yeah.
Because he loves Olivia Newton-John. So.
That's all there. We'll talk to him about that later.
Yes.
And but anyway, thanks guys. I hope your con goes well, and I can't wait for the next stuff coming out. Thanks guys.
Hey, Mr. Record Man, the joke's on you.